Hello everyone! In this training session, we are going to cover how to create a position master configuration inside the Onfinity system. Let's start with the definition. A position master is a detailed record of a specific position within an organization, often tied to an individual employee. It includes information about the position, location, department, reporting, structure status, and other relevant details that differentiate it from other positions. This helps to ensure accurate workforce management. For this use case, a company wants to effectively manage its workforce and track individual roles within its organization's structure. The company uses Position Master to clearly define each role's responsibility, required skills, qualifications, and performance expectations. There is a position that needs to be configured in the system as software developer. The position is for mid-level and senior-level grades. The requirement for the position is a bachelor's degree in marketing, business administration, communication, or a related field. 5+ years of experience is required for this. Skills required are Java, Python, leadership, team management, and project management. So now, let's start with the steps. As the admin, you will log into the system, then go to HR Management in the menu. You will then go to General Setup, then to the Position Master window, and create a new record to add all the details. You will add all the grade and position requirement related details to other tabs and save the data. Before executing this use case, it is a prerequisite that the following windows and their respective records must be predefined in the system. These include the job, grade, competency master, qualification, skills, selection round, and interview panel. To log in as the admin, you will navigate to the login screen. You will enter your user ID and password, and then click on Login. Upon successful authentication, you will be directed to the home screen. To navigate to Position Master, from the main menu, you will go to Workforce Management, select General Setup, and then click on Position Master. To create a new Position Master record, click on the New Record button. You will fill in the required Position Master details, and once all the details are completed, click Save. After saving the main record, you will proceed to fill in the associated configuration across the available tabs, such as linked grade, position requirements, position competencies, and position skills. Let's walk through the Position Master configuration inside the system. To log in, on the login screen, you will enter your user ID and password. You will then click Login. After logging in successfully, you will be directed to the home page. To navigate to the Position Master, from the main navigation menu, you will go to HR Management. Click General Setup, and then select Position Master. To create a new position record, click on New Record. You can then fill in the position details. For the organization field, the organization is auto-fetched, based on the organization with which you are logged in. To configure the position for all organizations, you will select a star. If a specific organization is selected, its address will auto-populate. For a star, the address field remains blank. For the position code, you will enter a unique identifier for the position. If you leave this blank, the system will auto-generate a code after saving. You will then enter the position name, for example, software developer. For position type, you will choose between shared if multiple employees will occupy this role, or single if the position is intended for one employee only. You will specify the effective start date of the position, and then select the associated job name from the predefined list. Finally, for the employment type, you will define whether the position is full-time or part-time, or regular or temporary. The address will auto-fetch based on the selected organization. You will add the required qualification for this role. You will also specify the minimum experience required to be eligible for the position. For top position, you will check this option if the position is a top-level role in the organizational structure. For the additional information, you will specify the headcount, which is how many employees are needed for this position. You will also define the minimum service required, which is the minimum tenure an employee must have served in the organization to be eligible for this role. You will mark the following based on the job requirements: travel required, relocation required, and passport required. This is useful for international roles that require client travel. For budget details, you will indicate if the position is budgeted. If yes, you will enter the base currency and the allocated budget amount. Once all mandatory and applicable fields are filled, click Save. The system will then auto-fetch the position code if it was not entered manually. You will navigate to the Linked Grade tab and click New Record to create a grade association. You will enter the start date and select the appropriate grade name. For this position, you will select both mid-level and senior-level grades. You will then click Save. To repeat the process to add additional grades, you will click New, enter the start date, select the next grade, and then click Save. Once all relevant grades are linked, you will return to the Position Master tab. To add a new requirement entry, you will navigate to the Position Requirements tab, and then you click New. You will fill in the required fields, specifying the experience required in years or as applicable. You will clearly describe the key job responsibilities, and you will select the qualification from the predefined qualification master. After entering all required details, click Save. You can then return to the Position Master tab. You will then go to the Position Competency tab. The position name will be auto-fetched. To define a competency requirement, click New Record. You will enter the following details. For competency name, you will select from the predefined competency master. For the minimum level, you will define the minimum acceptable proficiency. And for the maximum level, you will define the highest expected proficiency level. You will also enter the effective start date for the competency. Once all fields are completed, click Save. You will then return to the Position Master tab. You will then navigate to the Position Holder tab. This tab is read-only. Records in this section are auto-updated by the system once the position is assigned to an employee. No manual entries are required or allowed here. You will then return to the Position Master tab. You will go to the Hierarchy Setup tab, where the position name is auto-populated. In the Report to Position, you will select the reporting position, for example, IT Manager. You will select the reporting type as Final if this is the ultimate reporting line, or Matrix, if the position reports to multiple roles in a matrix structure. You will then save the record and return to the Position Master tab. You will then navigate to the Position Skills tab, where the position name is auto-fetched. For each required skill, you will click New Record. You will select the skill from the predefined list and then save the record. You will repeat this for each additional skill required for the position. Once all skills are added, you will return to the home page. You will then go to the Selection Round tab. For each interview round, use Click New Record. You will enter the round sequence, for example, 10 or 20, which defines the order of interview rounds. You will select the selection round type, for example, technical round or HR round. You will also choose the interview team, for example, standard interview panel, and you can add any comments if necessary. If this is the final round, you will mark the final round checkbox as true. You will then click Save. You will repeat the process to define the next selection round, for example, the final interview round. For this, you will set the final round checkbox to true. You can add comments if applicable, and then save the record. This concludes the full configuration of a position in the system. Thank you for attending this session.